Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to PEPE Update today, and I think that we have some incredible time ahead of us coming up in November. And speaking of November coming up, I think that we could expect some stop hunts in the early days, take a few more stop losses and then pump up like crazy. So November and December have a very good track record of performing, and I think it's not going to be different this time around. Especially 2026 is one of those final years where I think a bull run should really happen in 2026. It shouldn't be stretching to 2027. So next year is very close. It's not very far. People have been waiting for 3 years. Where you've waited 3.5 years, I think we can still wait for another one. It's not a big deal, honestly, but something should happen now. Where we're getting into that department where the psychology says that people are frustrated, maybe in disbelief or anger that nothing is happening, and eventually we might actually start to rally up one more time and have that amazing bull run in the future. But today I think consolidation continues. We have a solid support right over here, and if November actually starts off, I think we could be looking at this one stop hunt down, maybe at 624, touch 621, and then eventually try to climb up and finally go on and push to the upside. So for me, this personally just looks like a little bit of consolidating that is happening, and consolidation also means that people are buying the coin. It also means that people are probably throwing money into the coin, and investors are interested to push it up eventually at some point. So I do believe that this is just the point where buying is happening, and then eventually we'll be looking at things going up based on emotions. We have emotion where people are doubtful right now. The things that I'm saying that we could be moving up in November, because of the crashes that have been happening a few days ago, people are going to be stunned, really stunned. And in November, if we do something like this, come down a little bit, it's going to actually spread even more fear, a little bit more fear in the market. And then eventually when you start to go back up again, people won't be ready for that move up to the upside. So, when you have too much doubt, when you think that things are never going to pump again, that's exactly when they pump. But it's the nature of crypto, any market, by the way. Whatever comes down goes up. Whatever goes up, it's going to come down eventually. It's just the market, and how the market is always going to be designed for the coming years as well. We've seen consolidation happening here. Back in March, we had move down, pump a little, then go down again. And then you can see that there was a huge pump eventually that happened. There was a huge pump again that happened right here. Another pump that happened right over there. What I do like about PEPE is that the daily time frame looks really nice to me, because the daily time frame RSI is at the historical place where buying has proven to be a good idea. So again, you can stretch out this trend line here. You can see the daily time frame is completely oversold right now. It's just at the very good place of purchasing again until we don't go up to this overbought department again in the future. So I'm just going to bring this down again. Okay, so the overbought looks up to nearly 87 or 86, 87, right? So we could look at, eventually we're going to actually see something happening. Now there's one more thing that I just saw and noticed on the RSI, which I'm actually going to do right now very quickly. Is this line squeezing a little bit? Okay, yeah, I think there's an idea we can actually get from the RSI. Yeah, so the RSI, up and down. So if we do zoom on the RSI, I think the next move should be before 24th of November. Yeah, we can actually estimate a little bit of that time frame, because when you combine the like the upper trend line and the lower support here, so you can see that they're squeezing together, they're coming up together. What I'm gonna do is there any setting we can do here? Yeah, let's actually, not the canvas. I forgot where the settings is, but yes, the upper resistance, you can see there's a touch here, rejection, one touch and rejection, another touch, rejection, and then you have this support on the daily RSI. So both of these are coming together, and you can see that it's going to be until 25-ish, 24, 25-ish is going to be the deadline. So that means we have less than 30 days before the next move happens. So we could be looking at even if the price is here, you know, even if the price dropped down, we could still see a push up like this, which is going to create that, you know, bullish divergence eventually, even though you could go down on the daily time frame, right? The main thing is to look at the RSI breaking up. Even if the prices become a little bit more flat, that is going to be okay. And then it's going to create a bullish divergence, and then from here we could actually start to see a break above here and start to go all the way to at least 69.70 level department. And by the time we go to that 69.70 level department, we could then see PEPE moving up as well, at least to, you know, this target here of 981, or probably even move up to 1500 later on in December or something like that. So that's it for this update on PEPE. We're still opened up for private entries for November as well. Very few days are left. Today's 29, maybe 2 days. If you want to join, message me on Discord, and I'm going to see you in the next one in the office.